What's up, good people? Mark Holmes here, and as always, I want to thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, as well as you ladies, you know that this literally does not work. You know, I'm building this case for Dallas Cowboys greatness. Hawk got himself a helmet, Cowboys helmet, that's autographed by a lot of great Dallas Cowboys players, and he wanted a case that he could carry them in and make sure that they're well protected. So I'm working on this right now for him. It's funny. I'm trying to remember, there's some horror movie where the guy's got all these spikes all over his face and stuff. This kind of reminds me of that. So I let this sit overnight, and now I've got a true square box that I now have to cut it open so that way it'll be able to close. And here's where this is what this is for. Hawk, who's supposed to be coming down this weekend, Tony Dorsett, Drew Pearson, Bob Lilly, Charles Haley, Larry Brown, and I'm not sure who that one is, but this is what's going to be going in here to be protected. So I'm honored to be able to do this, because nothing better than dealing with Dallas Cowboys greatness. And I have been blessed, and shout out to you guys for giving me an early birthday present. What I wanted for my birthday was to hit 40,000 subscribers, and we hit that last night during our live stream watching the Rams and Seattle. And I appreciate each and every one of you guys and ladies that have been part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, I certainly wouldn't be here at 40,000 plus subscribers, so I appreciate you guys. So, thinking of Cowboys greatness, I have been around for a long time. Born in 1965, and I have seen every single Super Bowl that the Cowboys have played in. Now, the first one against the Colts, I don't remember plays in that game. What I remember is how upset my dad was when the Cowboys lost. And for those of you out there who say, I'm a bandwagon fan, understand, if you watched our live stream last weekend, where my brother and his family and everybody came to my house wearing Washington football team gear, you understand that's what it was like for me growing up. I was always surrounded by people who were Washington football fans. And I became a Dallas Cowboy fan before they ever won a Super Bowl. There was no bandwagon, so get that shit out your mind. So, seeing that I've seen so much of Dallas Cowboys history, we think about some of the components of great Dallas Cowboys teams. Look at that. Isn't that kind of cool? We've seen a lot of components and things that we can say, okay, these are things that the Cowboys have had that have helped to make them great. We've seen the doomsday defenses, you know, that literally smothered opponents, got the ball for the offense, and literally took no shit. Another thing we've always seen throughout great Dallas Cowboys teams are the triplets, be it Roger Staubach, Tony Dorsett, and Drew Pearson, all of which are in the Hall of Fame, or Troy Aikman, Emmitt Smith, and the Playmaker, all in the Hall of Fame. That all of these teams had those components that were great. And so you look at the Dallas Cowboys right now, forget triplets. Triplets. Great wide receiver, great running back, great quarterback. Forget that. This Dallas Cowboys team, in case you don't know it, you're witnessing something that has never happened with the Dallas Cowboys before. You don't realize how good thus far this offense has been. Because already, you know, the Cowboys, back to, I don't know if they're a running team or a passing team or what they are. They're an everything team. For the first time, the Dallas Cowboys, through 4 games, have 2 running backs over 250 yards. Both of these running backs are set to rush for over 1,000 yards. That's insane. And when you look at all of the great Dallas Cowboy teams, the best season that we had at a running back was DeMarco Murray, who had like 1,800 yards rushing. We're on pace right now for Zeke Elliott and Tony Pollard, between the two of them, to have over 2,400 yards. It's insane. So you can look at that and say, well, that's twins. You got twins right there. Twin running backs. You look at your quarterback. Little old Dak Prescott. Mr. Dak Prescott, that some of you guys said would be flipping burgers in a couple of years. Some of you guys that said dink and dunk, dink and dunk. Mr. Garbage Time Dak. Well, I got to say that I don't think that there's been any garbage time played except maybe against the Eagles, where we were way up, or I guess against Carolina where we were way up. I guess you could look and say, well, some of those points and yards, that was garbage time because the Cowboys are blowing them out. Every one of these games were tough games. And during that, our quarterback has 1,066 yards, 10 TDs, and I think 2 interceptions. Two of the teams that they've beat, they're the only losses that those teams have had. His QBR is 116. His completion percentage is right now, if it stays where it is, will be an NFL record. He's averaging 260 yards a game and 2.5 touchdown passes. If that holds out, it'll be an incredible season. You're talking about 42 touchdowns, about 4,500 yards, and like 8 interceptions. You can stop right there and say, that's triplets right there. That's triplets right there. But let me go on even further. Because we have Amari Cooper, who's got, damn, I can't remember. Amari Cooper has like 250 yards, 258. 4 TDs. 4 TDs. And if you take 258 and multiply it by 4 plus 1 more game, you're over 1,000 yards receiving. And 16 touchdowns. Whoa, dude. Are you serious? Yeah. Amari Cooper's on pace for close to 1,100 yards and 16 touchdowns. Dude, mind blown. Completely blown. And if you were to just say, okay, 2,000-yard rushers, a quarterback that's going to have 40-plus touchdowns, and a receiver that's going to have 16 receptions, 16 touchdown receptions, and about 1,100 yards, wow. You say, that's insane. But because you acted now, wait, there's more. We'll throw in a Ceedee Lamb. Ceedee Lamb has got like 268 yards receiving and 1 touchdown catch. You put that together, that's another 4 touchdowns and 1,200 yards receiving. So when we think about the Dallas Cowboys greats, triplets, Michael Irvin, Emmitt Smith, Troy Aikman. When we think about Roger Staubach, Tony Dorsett, Drew Pearson. None of those came anywhere close. What's 5? Quadruplets? Is it quadruplets? I guess it's, no, quad is 4. What is 5? 5 is quintuplets? Quintuplets. Quintuplets. The Dallas Cowboys have quintuplets. You are on pace to have 4 people, 1, 2, 3, 4 1,000-yard players on one offense. I don't know that that's ever happened before. I'm going to look that up. But I guarantee if that happens, then that's got to be in the record books. 4 players over 1,000 yards. Now, I remember Roger Craig of the San Francisco 49ers, who got 1,000 yards rushing and receiving. And I'm sure Jerry Rice probably got over 1,000 yards too. But I don't know that somebody else on that team got over it. So that would be the one that I would think of. Maybe we could think about the greatest show on turf. I have to look and see if they had 4 guys that went over 1,000 yards. Because, those would be the only ones that I could think would possibly fit that. But what you're witnessing is something that you've never seen before. Ever. And you need to kick back and watch and be thankful with what you got. In the meantime, Hawk, hope to see you on Sunday. We're going to have this mother humper ready for you. Whew. And thanks again, everybody. You don't know how happy it makes me to be over the hump of 40,000 subscribers.